OMG. Say what? Let's break this down a little bit more. Okay, what is up, people? Welcome back or to another video. For those of you who are brand new around here, a very warm welcome. I'm super grateful to have you come and join us. If it is your first ever time here, make sure you hit that subscribe button and give this video a massive thumbs up. It really helps push this video out there for those people who are in need of a child-free community. I've noticed this from a very long time ago, how society reacts to child-free men v child-free women. So I've been coming across this and experiencing this basically my whole life. If you're a child-free female, you definitely get more stick for being child-free, but mention you're a child-free person as a man and no one generally kind of gives a shit. Maybe they give you a pat on the back, they'll probably buy you a beer and a packet of crisps, but as a woman, you're the literal devil himself. This post that popped up where he was saying that he's basically psyched all the time because him and his wife are sat in bed naked, smoking a joint every Saturday morning, and they were psyched because they knew they would never be able to do that should they have any kids. But one thing that took my attention out of everything was the fact that if you went through the comment section, it's a very different story to when a female comes out as also being child-free by choice. Now, if you remember a couple of months ago, there was an Australian model called, bear with me, I'm not sure I pronounce her name correctly, Ellie Gonçalves, who shared her infamous list of about 118 reasons why she's child-free by choice, which of course, when that went viral, it divided the internet massively and she got shit tons of hate. But in this video, I'm going to be properly comparing the two different responses that you get when you're a child-free man and when you're a child-free woman. Now, I never usually go through comment sections that much, especially if it's a child-free person speaking out, because you know you're just going to hear the obvious of you're going to die alone, you're going to regret it when you're 50, when you're 60, when you're 70, yada, yada, yada. You know exactly what I'm talking about. So I've started to actually avoid going through comment sections because I cannot stand the pure pig ignorance that comes with saying that you're child-free in this day and age. However, on this specific article, because he discussed actually getting high in bed, I was like, I've got to see what people have to say about this one. And I was actually pleasantly surprised. This first one that popped up, I would much rather people who know they don't want kids not have them. I know entirely too many kids in situations where the parents have no joy of their child and mostly behave as though they are an annoying inconvenience and simply cannot be bothered as to whether they are thriving or merely surviving. Totally understood, fair enough, but have you ever heard a female get this kind of response? That's what I was thinking. So I thought, you know what, maybe that's just one. I'm going to scroll down and try and find a few more, maybe some hate ones, maybe like the kind of hate that us females get. Anyway, let's move on. Next person, very, very short and to the point. To each their own, I'm a parent and I'm happy for them. Okay, so this is going well. Nice feedback, Seth. Moving on. Parenting isn't for everyone. Some people are satisfied with their life and don't want children. It's not like he said it's a dig to other parents, but for some reason, people think that everyone needs to have kids. I have kids and I love them, but I'm not going to sugarcoat it and say it's easy to raise kids. It's one of the most challenging things you'll ever do in your life. But that's just a prime example of how basically nice and understanding people were when a male came forward and said that he was child-free by choice. Not just that, he actually said that what he loves doing in his free time is every Saturday morning, he chills naked in bed with his wife and they both fucking get high. Can you actually imagine if a woman came out with the exact same actions and decisions and mindset? It would literally spark off World War fucking III. We've seen him in that movie Knocked Up. Now, I can't fucking stand this movie. I absolutely hate it. And I'll tell you why I hate it. You may have already guessed already. It's just that a typical, really successful career woman, she's got everything going for her. She just gets a promotion. She goes out on a night out to celebrate her promotion. Obviously has a one-night stand with Seth Rogen, his character, and ends up pregnant. And then, of course, you know, in typical movie style, how does it end? She goes ahead with the pregnancy, she has the child, and oh my God, her life has changed for the better because babies make everything better. And it's like, please, like she had like so much going for her in the beginning, and it's all just these type of movies which absolutely boil my fucking piss, because I cannot stand this constant narrative of like, even if you do have a good career, or you've just been promoted, or you're getting good, you know, you're getting a great salary, it's okay, because babies will come along and make you change your mind and make you mellow you out and humble you and all of this fucking shit. Let's move on to the reactions that a child-free female get. Now, I've only taken a few examples from each article because it's so easy to get the point. I don't need to write a whole essay about this. This video doesn't need to be hours long. I think we all know deep down what the reason is, and that's because there is such deep-rooted misogyny across the board. And every time anyone talks about misogyny, they always assume it's from a man, but you'd be surprised how many women have this deep-rooted misogyny as well. And whether they're aware of it or not, in fact, I think most of the time they're not even aware of it, which is truly embarrassing. Thank God you won't produce. A win for the world. I just love the sarcasm in this. I absolutely love this. I've had someone on this channel specifically say this to me in my very, very early days of posting child-free content. I had someone say the same thing. I've had a few people say it, I think, where they were like, oh, thank God you're not going to be a mother. You'd make an awful mother anyway. Thank God you're not producing. I'm so glad you don't want kids because you would be horrific. And I'm like, mate, you've literally just like, that's the whole point. Do you think that's an offense to me, or do you think it's kind of a sly dig? It just gets more and more sarcastic, guys. I just couldn't. I was literally just sat there shaking my head. So anyway, I think that's okay because parents need people like her to point their finger at and tell their children not to be like her. Oh yeah, of course, let's just forget all about her great qualities, which I'm sure she possesses, and let's just think about this one thing that supposedly makes her bad, which is that she doesn't want children and she won't reproduce and go through the same misery as so many other parents. But yeah, let's have her as an idea so you can point fingers and so your kids don't become bad like her. Well, you know, parents who say shit like this, I really hope your kids grow up and really either disappoint you, not speak to you, cut you out, because you don't know how they're going to behave as adults. I'm just saying, some of you guys are far too fucking confident. So I agree, narcissists should not have children. For anyone else, the lifetime of rewards is worth everything. At over 60, my grandchildren are my life and joy. I feel so sad for anyone who doesn't get to experience this. OMG. Say what? Let's break this down a little bit more. Because men straight away call women who don't want kids narcissists. It's the only way they can deal with their emasculated feelings and feeling like they're not needed or wanted. I totally agree. Narcissists like yourself, who your whole life and joy are your kids and your grandkids, you sound like you have absolutely no fucking personality of your own, and you sound like you only just live through your kids and your grandkids, which is like deeply worrying because you don't know if your grandkids are going to grow up and actually visit you in your old fogey's home when you're in there. So that's the first point. For anyone else, the lifetime of rewards is worth everything. You can tell that this is a man who didn't have to go through pregnancy and childbirth himself and didn't have to do all the, you know, the household chores and all the cleaning and all the washing and all the, you know, giving kids your lessons and giving kids the talk about the birds and the bees. You can very much tell you're a male and you've done literally 5% of what your wife did. Sit down and talk about a lifetime of rewards because you ain't done half the work that your wife has done, if she's still married to you, that is. At over 60, my grandchildren are my life and joy. It's a shame that you've got to 60 and the only thing in your life and joy are your grandkids. Really? 60? There's a lot of stuff that you can do before you're 60. It sounds like you've never left your country. I feel so sad for anyone who doesn't get to experience this. You know what? I feel so sad for people like you who don't have any identity outside of being a parent or a grandparent. And all you need to do is come online and talk about how much you supposedly don't care about other child-free people and their decisions about their own lifestyle, because you obviously care so much that you've stopped to comment. it does actually take two to tango. If you guys like went to biology class or just did a basic Google search, you'll see that, you know, it requires two people to actually create a child. So I don't know still why, you know, there's a big issue between a child-free man and a child-free woman, because technically you've both just made the exact same decision. It's like coming across, I don't know, two people who refuse to gamble or refuse to eat meat. It's a lifestyle choice and it should be met with exactly the same respect. But of course, you know, maybe I'm asking for a needle in a haystack, but I actually want to hear from you guys, both male and female. Let me know your experiences down below, age, you know, everything like that, because obviously it goes across the board. I think women struggle with this concept from the moment they say they're child-free, regardless of what age they are. They will hear the whole, you're going to change your mind. Whereas men, yeah, you're probably less vocal about it, probably because people are less on your back about it, so you don't need to be as vocal about it, which is why I'm truly appreciative of people like Seth Rogen, because more than likely, not to dismantle his experience or anything, he probably hasn't been asked as much as maybe a female does, but he's probably done one or two interviews and they've like literally like obviously blown up because, you know, other child-free people are like, oh, thank God, we've got someone who's like representing us. So I want to hear from you guys. Let me know in the comments section down below. And if you haven't already, please make sure you hit that subscribe button, give this video a massive thumbs up, and I'm going to see you guys in the next video. Peace out.